Prime Minister Mark Carney tried to stitch together a majority through undemocratic, dirty backroom deals. But his plans have fallen through, as it seems exceedingly likely that there will be an election coming this year that will result in a conservative government of some shape or form. Let's talk about that. I'm Max Penner, and this is Roughneck Radio. Before I begin, I'd like to encourage you all to like and subscribe because I'm back. Officially, I'm back after my long, unexpected hiatus. I didn't plan on taking, but I needed a break, and, well, I'm back. So, if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you're notified when I make another video. You can follow all the socials on this side of the screen for more information from us. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Well, after a year of playing what Carney thought was 4D chess, it seems more like he was twiddling his thumbs and panicking more than anything. After his disastrous appearance at WEF where he bashed Trump, he skedaddled back to Quebec City for a lavish cabinet retreat before even having a chance to meet with the guy, even though they overlapped, staying there by a day. It was at the cabinet retreat when a reporter asked him about Trump and trade talks, to which he replied, and I quote, "That's the most boring question, come up with another." Remember guys, he's a master negotiator. He then made an announcement during the week at a grocery store, which was pretty much exactly the same program Trudeau had already announced 2 years ago.
That's why we created the new grocery rebate, which will allow an eligible couple with 2 children to receive up to $467. This is a measure that will help make life more affordable for around 11 million individuals and families.
So today we're announcing that our government is launching the new Canada's Groceries and Essentials benefit. This will deliver hundreds of dollars more into the bank accounts of more than 12 million Canadians.
And on top of that, he had the PMO staff go out early and take down all the prices behind where he was speaking and put them back up when he left.
Good morning. The Prime Minister shopping for support on a core political issue.
Starting this year, we're taking the existing GST credit amount and raising it by 25% for 5 years.
Also promised a one-time 50% top-up to the GST tax credit. It's a means-tested benefit, so not everyone will get a check, but millions will, with a family of 4 potentially getting as much as an additional $780 this year.
These payments make up for the higher level of food prices since the pandemic.
The Liberals so concerned about those costs, price tags weren't put up during the Prime Minister's press conference, quickly returning them once Mark Carney left. Affordability now Canadians' top political concern, issues along with immigration and crime.
And it was also at this announcement where he was asked about calling an early election, and his response says it all.
Good morning, Prime Minister. Mackenzie Gray with Global News. Are you considering calling a snap election this spring?
I'm going to go back to the previous answer. What we're focused on is solutions for Canadians. So today's announcement, we'll be tabling legislation soon, very soon. We would love, and we think it's very important to have collaboration so we can move that quickly through Parliament. So particularly the one-time bonus gets into people's bank accounts as quickly as possible.
He not only dodged the question, but he also struggled to give the dodging answer. And on top of all this, if January wasn't a bad enough month for Mark Carney, Trump had started calling him governor. Yes, so long Prime Minister, hello Governor Mark Carney of the 51st state. Now, let's jump over to some more local news. As you know, the Conservative Convention took place last month, where Pierre Poilievre faced his leadership review. You know, the one that mainstream media would have you believe he wouldn't pass. Well, to no surprise, he did pass, and moreover set a new freaking record. He passed with 87.4% of the vote, beating Stephen Harper and almost getting 90% of party support behind him, which is an insane precedent. He couldn't even ask for a better mandate than what he got. It's also the highest support in party history, like I already said, which is astonishing. Like, I knew he would pass, but I didn't know he would pass with that much. The party also released their fundraising numbers from 2025, and they raised a whopping $48 million, setting another party record on the fundraising side. The Liberals also set a fundraising record for themselves, but it was only in the mid-20 millions. I'll tell you something, the mainstream media has spent $1 million a day since the election slandering Poilievre, and the Liberals have done nothing but attack him to somehow try and make it seem like he was going to lose, only for the leadership review to end up shattering party records, which has gotta hurt for the Liberals. That's I can't even imagine how scared they're feeling at the moment. Like, they seem terrified, absolutely terrified. So how will this affect 2026 going forward? Well, let's dive into that. So in the most recent data from the more accurate polls, the Conservatives and the Liberals are within the margin of error, maybe a bit apart. But at the moment, the Liberals do have a bit of a blip, since Mark Carney's speech at the WEF was hailed as the best thing since sliced bread. Like, the literal quote that mainstream media was saying was, it was a speech that would go down in history. It was like, they're saying it was like up there with Churchill and stuff. Yeah, I have no idea how anyone would believe that, but I guess that's just Canada now. This blip won't be permanent due to high taxes and prices and an international trade crisis he promised to fix, but hasn't yet. Instead of fixing it, he's practically curb stomping the situation. He's completely alienated his base to where once this blip goes away, he may even lose Quebec to the bloc. Not saying it's guaranteed, but there's a real chance that it could happen. A few polls have come out recently to where some cases the Liberals are polling at like 51%, but if you strip all those unrealistic outlier polls away, the Liberals and Conservatives are still within punching distance of each other. Like I said, there's still a bit of a blip right now. Like, the Liberals are still over polling a lot right now, but they're still pretty close to the Conservatives and the Liberals. Now, while I was writing this video, there were two MPs who announced their resignations, Bill Blair and, unsurprisingly, Nate Erskine-Smith. Now, Nate Erskine-Smith is not resigning right away, but once a by-election is held in the provincial riding of, I think, Scarborough West, it's called, he'll be stepping down, and as he said in a media interview.
So I'm committed to serving my federal caucus and serving my colleagues and serving the country as long as I've got a seat here. And as soon as there's a by-election, though, I am all in, and I'll be resigning this seat, and I'll be focused on provincial politics. It's up to Doug, obviously, to call that by-election. But when Ford calls that by-election, I'm not doing both jobs.
You'll resign as soon as the by-election is called, regardless of whether I win the by-election.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Was I not clear enough? I am all in.
The reason why this provincial by-election is happening is because Carney actually courted the Ontario NDP deputy leader to run in a by-election, either in University Rosedale or in Blair's riding. I don't entirely remember which one. I think it's University Rosedale. This just makes the situation 100 times better for us and 1,000 times worse for Carney. Because one, he's had 3 MPs either resign or announce resignations, and this latest floor crossing was not from someone on the right, it was from someone of the left's very own. This means the media and the left can't point a finger at Poilievre's leadership, not that they do that anyway since the leadership review is over, but you get what I mean. And I mean, doesn't this put Carney's leadership into question, having 3 MPs seemingly jump ship on what Carney's been labeling our most dangerous time? Anyway, what would an election look like? Well, I'm assuming Carney will test the waters with a few of the by-elections, and recently, actually, this happened just yesterday or the day before, the riding of Terrebonne, which had been contested since the election by 1 vote, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of overturning the results and automatically going to a by-election, and Terrebonne is already polling heavily for the bloc, pretty heavily, in the more accurate polls and not the outliers. So we can expect Carney to lose another seat there. So he basically all his all his chances for a majority and all his hopes for a majority have just gone up in smoke at this point. It's a beautiful thing to watch his government fall and crumble. It's not great to watch the country crumble. It's great to see the guy ruining the country fall. So the by-election results could vary widely in Ontario because you get a lot more protest votes in by-elections. Like on University of Rosedale, not that it's 100% going to happen. It could go NDP. Just because of what Carney did to get a candidate for there. But honestly, I don't know. These by-election results could go anyway. I'm not expecting many of these ridings to flip in a by-election because of how liberal they've been for so long. But I'll renew my prediction, saying there will be an election this year, probably not spring, because spring is coming up pretty quick and it's not seeming like that'll happen, but I feel like Carney's hand will be forced on either Bill C-15 or we're going to go to a summer or fall election. That's the more likely chance, because people don't want to go to the polls right now. People would want to go to the polls in the summer or in the fall, and the timing would line up a bit better for the other parties, allowing the Conservatives to get ready more, the NDP to get their leader, and the Bloc, well, the Bloc is the Bloc. They can probably go at any time. They're not going to lose any. The Bloc isn't going to lose any support. They can only gain from here. I would also like to mention that due to this signing of a MOU with China, Mark Carney has pretty much, I'd say, lost either probably the majority of the support from the Chinese community in Canada, with some internationally Hong Kong diaspora groups coming out against this MOU, for rightfully so. I'll link the article down below by Sam Cooper. It's a pretty good article. I saw it. I read it. And this could be in places in BC, like Richmond could go conservative, like more places in Ontario could go conservative, because the Chinese community does not want the CCP here, rightfully so. They came here to flee the CCP and have either been followed or brutally attacked from ways from the CCP. So Carney probably did himself over on that one too. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's my first time back in a long time, so I'm still getting back into the rhythm of things. Sorry if I talk too fast or this video was a little messy, but I'm getting back in there. I'm actually going to be, right after this comes out, I'm going to be working on my other video immediately after. It's going to be on how Farkas has done in his first however many days in office. And so far, I'm actually thinking he's doing a pretty good job. I didn't support him in the election, as you guys know. I supported Sonia Sharp, and I'd probably support her again in election. But I'm having a hard time finding things about Farkas right now that I don't like. He's actually acting more like his old self when he was a counselor. It's actually turning out pretty well so far. So stay tuned for that one. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.